Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. We are from group 3 going to present about Indian. Before we start, let me introduce myself and my team members. My name is Adam Harid. My team members Afif Hakim, Kushairi Aiman, Ku Muhammad Syahir, and the last one is Wan Afifah. Table of content. First one, history, population, region, call and you, personal, festival, traditional game, martial art, architecture, and the last one, performing art. Malaysian Indians are Malaysian of Indian descent. Most of them come to Malaysia during the British colonial era in Malaya. However, historical sources prove that the Indian arrived in Malaysia since the heyday of the colonial dynasty. Today, this race is the third largest race in Malaysia after Malays and Chinese. In reality, the Indian who had come as slaves to Malaysia since 200 years ago based on the book of Ramayana, which mentioned about clover. The book of Ramayana was written in the 50th or 40th century BC, 250 years ago, mentioned about clovers, which come from the Indonesia archipelago. Indian has been coming to Malaya since the opening of the Strait Malacca mainly as a coal trader and moneylender. At the end of the century, 19th and early 20th century, British colonialists found India as a place to get labor to work on their rubber plantation. They want to get cheap, compliant, and easy to control labor. The British continue to plant rubber seeds on large scale, especially in the western part of Malaya. For the purpose, they have brought in a large number of Tamil laborers from India to work in rubber plantation after 1900. Next is population. The Indian population in Malaya and Singapore before independence consisted mainly of male adults who left their family in India and Sri Lanka. Those with their arrived and returned, the population of India fluctuated frequently. In 1901, the population of India in the Strait settlement in the Federal Malay State was about 120,000. By 1931, this number had increased to 640,000 in Malaya and Singapore. And in the state of Selangor, the number exceeded the Malays that years. In 2005, India made up about 7% of the total population in Malaya, around 1.8 million. By 2021, Indians make up about 6.8 of the total population in Malaysia, about 2 million.
Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. My name is Wan Afifah binti Wan Abdullah, metric number 17 DUP 21 F 2007. Today I want to presenting about traditional and religion of India. Religion of Indian. India is majority Hindu, but religion minorities have sizable population. Religion in India is characterized by a diversity of religious belief and practice. The India subcontinent is the birthplace of four of the world major religion, namely is Hindustan, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. More than 70 years after India became free from colonial rule, Indians generally feel their country has lived up to one of its post-independence ideals, a society where followers of many religions can live and practice freely. India's massive population is diverse as well as devout. Not only do most of the world, Hindus, Jains, and Sikhs live in India, but it also is home to one of the world's largest Muslim population and 2 millions of Christian and Buddha. And that is all of me. Thank you. There are 4 traditional clothes of Indian. Is the Indian sari, salwar kameez, dhoti and sherwani. Firstly, the Indian sari is a traditional dress for Indian women. It is comprised of one piece of fabric which is 5 to 9 yards long and 2 to 4 feet wide. The material is wrapped in variety of ways depending on the occasion. The fabric is commonly wrapped around the waist while the other end is draped over the shoulder such that the midriff is left bare. Second is salwar kameez. The salwar kameez and chorida assembles then of as comfortable and they can wear for Indian women in Punjabi and Kashmir. It is today one of the most commonly worn female dress among the traditional dress in India. Thirdly is dhoti. Dhoti German is the traditional dress of Indian men. The dhoti is a long, unstitched German, mostly 5 years in length. The clothing is tied at the waist and ankles, which cannot at the waist. The dhoti is mostly paired with the kurta, the combination which is known as dhoti kurta in Eastern India. And lastly, about cloth of India, sherwani. Achkan is a traditional leg jacket worn in India. The German was a medieval courtwear for men, and it has evolved over time to become contemporary wear. The achkan has a frontal opening and side opening which were traditionally tied with strings. Achkan incorporated India embroidery and it is mostly worn with either churida and or dhoti. Next, I want to present about religion.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Kumar Shahid Akif Pengujaman. My match numbers is 70 DUP 21F 2019. Today I want to present about language, cuisine and festival. The language that Malaysia Indian use is Tamil because the majority Indians in Malaysia are Tamils. The other language that Malaysian Indian use are Telugu, Malayalam, Hindi, Punjabi and Gujarati. Next, cuisine. During the colonial period, with the lack of labour, a large number of Indian Malaysians had migrated to Malaysia with their traditions, culture and, of course, food. Famous Indian spice and cooking techniques were adopted easily to Malaysia as the cuisine is based on Ayurveda. This is the top 5 Malay Indian dishes: banana leaf rice, biryani, roti canai kurma and mamak rojak. The next is a festival. Malaysian Indian community celebrates 2 festivals which is Deepavali and Thapusan. Deepavali is the festival of lights. Thapusan an annual fair of the Hindu deity Murugan. It will be held at Batu Cave along with other smaller religious events every year. Other community which is a amalgamation of both local and Indian culture is called Indian Muslim Peranakans, Jawi Pekan, who live in Penang.
Hi, Assalamualaikum to everyone. My name is Shukran bin Hanizi from DUP 1A. Today I'm going to share with you guys the Indian traditional and the martial art of Indians. We start first with traditional game. So as you guys can see, first traditional games is Chopa. Chopa is a very old and popular in this game. It can be traced back to the 14th century. It consists of a cross-shaped board that is either made from clothes or wool. Chopa requires cowrie shell and wooden spoon. player has 4 pawn and 6 cowrie shell. The shell determines player move. Second, we have Guti game. It is a casual Indian game played in rural part of the country. This traditional games is equally popular both among children and adults. It involves 5 pieces small stone. These games is usually played in leisure time. And lastly, Nondi game the most popular in the traditional games and also in the top 10 games in India. Nondi play on the mud on concrete floor with a grid pattern drawn in by the player. What a benefit of Indian traditional game. Inclusion of any sport or game in the daily routine of children has importance in growth and development of their personality. A child becomes robust as well mentally and physically strong by participating in sport and physically activity. Similarly, traditional Indian can play a vital role in the overall growth of the child. So next we go through the second part, which is Indian martial art. So first thing first, India has a long history martial art, Shaolin Kung Fu. Art include largest variety China martial art, trace legend, the Indian monk who according popular legend introduced Buddhism to China during the 6th century. Monk at the Shaolin Temple located in Henan province still study combination of martial art of body teaching today. Sadly, well, Chinese and Japan fighting form such Kung Fu and Jiu-Jitsu have become national institutions. Many of Indian accent fighting technique language as forgotten are from. First martial art is Kalaripiatu. It is the one of the oldest form martial art that was found the backwater of Kerala.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afiq Mohammed. My metric number is 17 UP 21F2023. Today I will tell you about architecture in Indian community. Indian architecture is rooted in its history, culture and religion. Among a number of architecture style and tradition, the best known include the many varieties of Hindu temple architecture, Hindu Islamic architecture, especially Mughal architecture, Rajput architecture, and Hindu Saracen architecture. Much early Indian architecture was in wood, which has not survived. Instead, in the early survival are from the many sites which Indian rock cut architecture, most Buddhist but some Hindus and Jain. Next, performing art in Indian community. The 4 major performing art of India are dance, music, theatre and film. Following are type of performing art of India. First is dance. Indian dance date back to the earliest Indus Valley civilization. It is based on carved stone, which the earliest Indian civilization gave importance to diverse forms of dance. This when combined with song and storytelling, dance metamorphosed into theatre. The different dance form of India offer scintillating experience to the viewers, such as Kathakali, Kuchipudi and Odissi. Next is drama. It may be based on any kind of taste, proscenium stage or opera stage. Traditional jatra in Odisha, for example, was staged on the theatre in the round around which the audience sit and view the play. It's different from that is that the drama has a plot. It's a series of events based on meaningful narrative leading to a structured unity. Each part of the plot is related to the other part in such a way that any one part is dropped, displaced or removed. The whole plot may mean something else or may become meaningless. Cinema. Indian films command a vast domestic market and are well liked in overseas, mainly in Asia, Africa and West Asia. The period of Tunjirat Govind Park is considered as the date of development of Indian films. Park Raja Harishchandra is considered as the primary film of the India. The major Indian movie centers are Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. Despite popular entertainment through commercial cinema, art cinema deal with series themes chiefly related to Indian society. Music. Evolution of music goes back to the Vedas. Two types of classical music, Carnatic and Hindustani, have been commenced following the 5th century and had been influenced by Bhakti tradition. Other varieties of Indian music are the folk, popular and pop. Indian filmy music and Punjabi pop, that is Bhangra, are considered as world-class melodic genres. The Muslim aggressor influenced the Hindustani instrument, style, and school of performance. That's all from me. Thank you.